Hello, my name is Jason Kearney. I'm here to show you about FeldSpar. It's a unit test framework I wrote in F#. This is how you're going to set it up so that you get the best reporting out of it. It's really kind of rough right now. I'm really doing this for input. I thank you very much for your patience. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and go to bit.ly/FeldSpar, and that's going to take us to the GitHub repository. And then once we're in the GitHub repository, what we're going to do is verify that we're on the latest release. Then we're going to click download zip. Once we have, I have a special folder here that I've set up to download this to. So what we're going to do is download that. I'm going to open that folder. To prevent some problems, we're going to go ahead and go to the properties and unblock that. And hit apply, hit OK. And now we're going to go and extract this. So extract all. What we're going to do is we're going to extract it to the root directory in order to reduce directory depth. We're going to go ahead and you'll see this build file here. This is how we're going to build the DLLs. But just in case your virus protection doesn't like that, you'll also notice that the solution file is down here. And you can always build it by going to the solution file. Right now, we're going to try to use the build file. So we're going to go ahead and hit start that. It's going to open this console window. It's going to install something called Fake. Fake is the build system that we're using in order to build the DLLs. So once that's installed, it'll go ahead and build FeldSpar for you. Once this is done, you'll see a press any key, go ahead and hit any key, and you're going to go into the build directory. You're going to take all the files except for the last two. We don't need the F# core because we're going to build an F# library. So what we're going to do then is we're going to go ahead and copy those. All right. Once we have those copied, we're going to go ahead and go into Visual Studio. We're going to create a new project. We're going to make sure that it is an F# project and that it is a console application. Let's go ahead and call that demo. All right. So once this is open, we're going to go to the project directory, which I have open here. And we're going to create a new folder. The folder is going to be called libs. Let's go ahead and do that. Once we have that folder created, we're going to go ahead and paste those files in. We can go ahead and close this. We're not going to need it anymore. Now let's go ahead and add those references. Let's go ahead and add the references. We're going to browse. All right. Well, now we're going to have to go to wherever Visual Studio puts our projects. For me, it is under Documents, Visual Studio 2013, Projects, and this is Demos. So we're going to go in there. There's the libs. Let's go ahead and add all three libraries. So let's go ahead and add those. Hit OK. Now, we need to make this capable for a multi-document solution, so we're going to add a namespace. That namespace, let's go ahead and call this demo. And once we have a namespace, we're going to have to add a module. Let's go ahead and add a module program. All right, once we have that, we're going to have to indent all this. Now there's a few things we're going to have to open. So let's go ahead and open FeldSpar.framework. Let's go ahead and open FeldSpar.framework.engine. Let's go ahead and open FeldSpar.framework.verification. Just to make things easier, let's go ahead and open system. Now, there's a few small things we have to hit in order to get the assembly, which we're going to need later. We're going to need to create a type. So let's go ahead and create an internal type internal marker, and we're going to make this an empty interface. So equals interface, and we're going to end that. All right. Now let's get that assembly. So let assembly equal type of marker dot assembly. All right. So once we have that, we can go ahead and run our test. Let's do that. So let results equal assembly run tests. This is really all you need to run the test. The rest of what we're going to do is about displaying those tests, those results in a nice way, particularly the failures. So let's go ahead and do that. So from here on, this is making a nice display of the failures. All right, let's let failed equals, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take those results. Now hold on here a second, let me go ahead and correct the spelling. It's kind of bugging me. There we go. Now we're going to take those results and we're going to go ahead and map them. So list.map. And what we're going to, so let's go ahead and take a font and lambda, taking result. And that, what we're going to do is we're going to match result.test results. I think what we're looking for is failures to get the failure type. So we're going to go failure, fail type. And what we're going to return out is we're going to do an option sum, and we're going to get the test description and the fail type. And for anything else, we're going to return none. Oh, wait, I made a typo up here. Let me go ahead and fix that. There we go, fail type. All right, so now let's go ahead and filter this. And what we want is something that has something, so is sum. Once we've filtered this, we're going to go ahead and map it. And we're going to get rid of the options. So the way we're going to do that is fun. Sum. Wait, with this you're going to have to add an extra paren. So fun, open paren, sum, res. And outside the second one, we're going to just go ahead and return res. You'll see the blue line turn on. We're going to highlight that. You see that it says that we're not testing for all cases, but because we just filtered out all the nuns, we're not going to worry about nuns in this one at this point. So let's go ahead and use that. So let's go ahead and print it out real quick. So we're going to go printf, and we're going to show failed %d out of %d. And well, let's go ahead and get our counts. So we're going to take failed and list.length. And let's take our results and list.length. Now this will tell us how many tests have failed out of how many tests were run. So now we need a helper called join. And this is going to take a strings. And this is going to be type string sequence. And what we're going to do is we're just simply going to call string.join with an environment.newLine. And we're going to pass in strings. That'll help us later on. Now, let's go ahead and get ready to display this. So we're going to get the color, the console.foreground color, and save that for later use. And we're going to set the console.foreground color to console color red, because we're going to show errors in red. Now, let's go ahead and take our failed, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and map that. We're going to get a string of all the failures. So fun. And we get a tuple here of description and fail type. And we're going to go ahead and map that to a sprintf. And what we're going to do is %s failed : %A. And that's just going to be description and fail type. All right, and so now, once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and join it. And once we've joined it, we're just going to printf that, printfn that. And so we'll do that with printfn %s. Now let's go ahead and reset that console.4 color back to its original with O color. And the last thing we're going to do is allow us to actually see these results. So we're going to do console.read key. We're going to pass that true, telling it to capture. And we're going to ignore the keystroke. All right, let's go ahead and run it real quick just so you can see the basics. It's not going to be exciting. You see that we failed 0 out of 0. All right, well, that's the end of this. I thank you very much. My name is Jason Kearney. FeldSpar is my framework. And thank you very much for your patience. I do hope to hear from you.